To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world. That was my dream. Quote from Professor Oak as he hands you the first Pokedex. Well, today, making a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world is my dream. Hello friends, and welcome to a brand new series of Pokemon Randomizer, the Pokemon Catch 'Em All series. With this series, my goal will be to take on the lofty challenge of obtaining all the Pokemon in the game and completing the Pokedex. Now, before I start, I just want to go over some of the major rules and quirks of the challenge, so if you want to skip ahead, just jump to the time that I will have on the screen to get right into the gameplay. Otherwise, let me tell you about the challenge I've got here for you today. So, as mentioned before, this is a randomizer of Pokemon, where the main goal is to obtain all of the Pokemon in the game and complete the Pokedex. And the challenge ends when I have obtained all of the Pokemon in the game. As this is Generation 1's Pokemon Red version, that number will be 151. And when I show the Pokedex screen with a display of 151 Pokemon seen and caught, the timer stops, and the challenge is a success. Now, as obtaining Pokemon is my main goal, I am not focusing on battling gym leaders and becoming champion. I know that I will have to beat some of the game's important challenges to progress to other areas, but if I complete the Pokedex and I'm not champion, then that will not matter to me. All I want to do is complete the Pokedex. My rival can stay champion till the end of time. I will not care, and congratulations to him. Now, since this game is a randomizer, that means many of this game's elements have been shuffled around. So that includes wild Pokemon, trainer Pokemon, items, TMs, and Pokemon movesets. For this setup, I am specifically playing it so that every Pokemon species in the game can appear in the wild. But I am not limited to just capturing Pokemon for the Pokedex. I can evolve them, I can obtain them through other means. All I care about is just obtaining Pokemon. Capturing will be the main point of it. I'm sure I will have to, at times, judge whether or not finding a certain species of Pokemon in the wild or evolving it from a previous stage will be the faster course of actions, just whichever one I end up going for. Now, as to Pokemon that evolve specifically by trading, I will not have to worry for this. Those Pokemon can evolve by reaching a predetermined level, so I am not locked out of trade evolutions. Now, as to capturing Pokemon, every Pokemon now has a preset, defined capture rate of a roughly 1 in 3 chance to be caught at full health with a standard Pokeball. These odds can be increased as they normally would with battling and using better Pokeballs. I will say that I could have set the odds to be guaranteed captures, as this challenge will have me capturing a lot of Pokemon, but I want this to still resemble the fun and challenge of going into a Pokemon game and capturing lots of Pokemon. And as to the Pokemon themselves, each Pokemon species will have a completely random and unique moveset, with every Pokemon starting with 4 moves guaranteed, and learning new moves at the same levels they would learn moves in the base game. For some Pokemon, they won't learn moves until much later in their level up script, so I will have to make some good judgment calls on which Pokemon can work based on the 4 moves that they have. In addition, each Pokemon species' compatibility with the game's TMs and HMs are also randomly determined, just to add another level of chaos to this fun playthrough. And lastly, the items in this game have been shuffled, with regular items becoming another random regular item, and TMs being shuffled among TMs and teaching random new moves. Key items and HMs, as well as items given from certain NPCs, are still the same, just to prevent any issues with game progression. And that's it for the main elements of this randomizer. If there are any other there are other quirks that I have on, such as text being set to instant text speed, because I'm not really focusing on the story, I'm just trying to get through the game. And there is also the black and white experience patch, meaning the higher level your Pokemon is compared to the opponent, the less experience you receive, but that's also in reverse. If you are lower level, you get a lot of experience. These are just meant to be quality of life improvements, but that really is just to help, speed things along. Generation 1 is notoriously slow in certain cases, so anything I can do to speed things up, I am gonna do so. And that is it for the main summary of everything that's going on. I'll go into other details as the game gets going. So, Who's ready to enter the world of Pokemon and complete the Pokedex? Yes, we all are, because we're all Pokemon trainers and we're ready to play more Pokemon. So, we'll get started here in Venusaur, Ivysaur, Bulbasaur, missing, go! And now we'll just speed through this. Hello, I'm a professor, these are Pokemon. Oh, we got Aerodactyl at the start, nice. And who are we? Well, I'm just going to do my usual name here. Good old Storm. And our rival that Professor Oak has continuously forgot for years. I just go with Gary. Alright, so now we can get into the game here. Now, as you can see on the side of the screen, I do indeed have a tracker up, so I can actually mark Pokemon that I have seen and caught. Ooh, I start with an escape rope. Okay, that's nice. As I go along, I will be making extensive use of this because being able to track what Pokemon I have seen on the fly is a very useful thing. Alright. Now, here's the real fun part. What are the 3 starters that we're gonna get? I can remember the red randomizer I did, it's gotta be years ago at this point. I remember getting a Mew out of this on my attempt that I did, so I wonder if I'll get another legendary Pokemon to show up. It can literally be any of the 151 Pokemon in this game, so we'll have to make a judgment call. Alright, on the left, we have... Ooh, Starmie! That's pretty good. What do we got here? In the middle, Machop, okay. And... Farfetch'd! Ooh, that'd be fun to bring back ducks. Now again, the Pokemon have completely random moves, but they do not have any changes to their base stats. If they are good base stats, they are good base stats. Do I do Farfetch'd or I do Starmie? You know what? For the fun of it, Farfetch'd. Do I want Farfetch'd? Yes! I'm not going to nickname because I could be likely switching Pokemon throughout the game, so just for the speed of it. So on my tracker here, once I actually find the Pokemon I'm looking for, if I click them in black, it means I have caught them, and you even see in the bottom there the total updates. I do have a different color for tracking Pokemon that I have seen, as we're going to see here in a bit. Because even though I don't have a Pokedex, the game still tracks Pokemon that I have seen. Unfortunately, I don't get a Dex entry for the 3 starting Pokemon, but I do get the Pokedex info for Starmie here. What do we got? Okay, this is not terrible for at least the beginning. What are you turning into? You turned into the flying type. Well, that's fine. This bird can punch you! This is funny. Farfetch'd is punching things. What would Tackle be? Oh, thank goodness. That missed. Okay. Ooh, you're going for Solar Beam. Oh, no, that's Razor Wind. Okay. Oh, man, this Starmie did not do very well. Okay, well, that gave Farfetch'd a lot of levels. What do we got? Harden? Nah, my moves are good. And there we go. Now, the big thing with this challenge, as I said, this is catching Pokemon specific. The big thing that I do like about this kind of challenge is I am actually going to be making use of the Pokedex. Because as you can guess, I have to go into the wild and capture Pokemon. Oh, wrong direction. There we go. In order to find Pokemon, I have to be able to actually track them. And see what their locations are in the game. So this is what I like about this. I'm actually using the Dex for its intended function. Ooh, thank goodness that's only half guaranteed. So once I get the Pokedex and I'm starting to get to a point of looking for Pokemon, I will be using the area location for the Pokedex to find species of Pokemon. So it's very immersive, I feel, for a challenge like this. Now, as you saw there, we did just run into a Lapras. I do not have Pokeballs yet. I need to get the beginning portion of this game taken care of, which is getting Oak's parcel back to him, and therefore getting the Pokedex into our collection. There we go. And I unfortunately cannot buy Pokeballs until I have done so. But I am going to heal up Farfetch'd just in case. Thank goodness, it is only one Pokemon. Now, you might be wondering, catching Pokemon in the game, are there any quirks to how that works? And yes, there is a method to how things work, because this is it is done in a style that is basically catch them all. I want every Pokemon to be able to be found in the wild at some point. How catching works in this game, or how wild Pokemon work in this game. Think of it like this. Every single route in the game that is, its own defined section has 10 slots that it can call from. Some of these slots are more common, some of these slots are very rare. Actually, future me, go ahead and put on screen just a little infographic just explaining how this works. Now, how this works in a standard game. Here's an example. The route that is above here, Route 1. In that route, in the regular game, you'll only ever find Pidgey and Rattata. And that is a case of them both appearing an equal 50% of the time. But in the game, there are still 10 slots allocated to the appearance of a Pidgey or the appearance of a Rattata. But what the game will do is allocate the percentage numbers in such a way that the appearance of Pidgey and the appearance of Rattata are equal, including the common slots and the rare slots, so to speak. Now, what this game does then is makes every slot contain a unique Pokemon. So as you can see here, I found... I should actually mark that. I need to be on top of things. And we seem to be getting a lot on the left there. So every route has 10 unique slots. Therefore, there are 10... Potentially, I should say. Who knows? A chance of a duplication can happen. But there are 10 unique Pokemon, roughly, on every given encounter area. So as you've seen, I already located a Lapras, a Kabutops, a Muk. There's going to be a lot of Pokemon appearing here pretty quickly in the beginning of the game. And I can use that to my advantage. If I start hunting around, I can find a wide variety of Pokemon pretty quickly. And I'm even going to just max out on Pokeballs here. And we'll see what happens. I am going to come up here. I know there's a hidden item hiding in this tree here. I can get some good things right off the bat, and I'm looking for a few things that I'd love to see. We'll go into those if those occur. So, as this challenge is primarily focused on catching Pokemon, I will be spending a lot of time in the grasses of routes, sometimes on the water if I'm surfing. Hello, Krabby. See what we can find here. I probably should just make sure I mark things, just in case. Bubble, go! Oh, yeah, I should probably turn off... Ooh, hello, you've got Payday. That could be useful in its own... Oh, you've got Glare. Ooh, this Krabby's kind of loaded. Let's see what happens. Okay. One more, put you in half. There we go. This Farfetch seems to be doing me pretty well. And there's a catch. So I just have to do a little color swap there. The total will not mark the Pokemon that are in blue. That is just my I've seen them color. If they are covered in a black square, that means I have caught them. But one of the big things too is the movesets of Pokemon. As I did say, every Pokemon has a completely unique level up moveset. So what do we got? Boomerang, Payday, Lick, and Glare. So what I will be doing for a lot of these Pokemon, I am going to be looking for useful moves right off the bat. Like even Ditto here will have 4 unique moves. But the gimmick again is the level ups are based on... Oh, I forgot to turn off the animations. The level ups are based on their... the natural level up script that they follow. Which in this case, Ditto does not learn any moves normally, because Ditto only ever learns Transform. So, if I want to use Ditto, which I'm going to mark, there we go, I have to see that these 4 moves are good, or hope that... Oh, there's Teleport! Pound and... Well, it has normal moves, that's kind of a start. But it has Teleport, which, right off the bat, already makes Ditto kind of a nice little background stay. So some other moves I could be looking for are like status moves like Glare, Sleep Powder, Spore, just kind of useful things. Set damage moves actually could be very useful, like Sonic Boom and Dragon Rage, because they can deal a set amount of damage. I can actually play around stats like that. The Payday move on Krabby, if I felt like it, I could train that Krabby up. And I could start using that as a bit of a money engine, so to speak, because Generation 1 is very notorious for being limited in the money department until we get to the Elite Four. Oh, look at that, a Weedle right off the bat. Alright, so I might as well just show this off here. So again, every single Pokemon in this game has a roughly 1 in 3 chance to be caught, just as I caught this Weedle here, at full health with a standard Pokeball. Which actually, again, I need to mark. I need to get really good at remembering to do this. Now let's check. Does this Weedle have any loaded moves? Oh my goodness, that Weedle is kind of good. And like I was saying, it's got Sleep Powder, so that's really useful for wanting to capture Pokemon. And another thing too, Weedle does evolve pretty quickly, so if I do keep this Weedle for a bit, I could get some moves. Or I could just switch to a Charizard! We will not know. Oh, you've got Lovely Kiss? Oh, I think that's a sleep move too. You're level 2. Headbutt. Try to do a little bit of damage here, because here is one thing. Again, with the money situation being a little bit difficult to work with in the early generations, if I'm going to be buying a lot of Pokeballs, I'm going to be spending a lot of money. I want to make sure I make these Pokeballs work for me. Well, let's see. Am I going to get a Charizard? I got a Charizard! Alright. Moving right along here, we are catching Pokemon at a very good clip. Alright, this Charizard has... Okay, Lovely Kiss is good, but those moves are just eh. So, let's hunt around here just a little bit more. See what I can find. Okay, we got a Wigglytuff. Let's go Sleep Powder. Okay, well, that's already one move that's completely useless. But I do need to try and capture some Pokemon. Well, okay, you've got Ice Punch. That is not a bad move to... Oh, and you've got Neutral Egg Bomb. That's gonna hurt. Alright, well, this Wigglytuff is making a decent case. Decent enough. Alright, let's try to actually survive something that isn't Ice Punch. Alright. Alright, luck is still working here. This is good. We got a Wigglytuff. And this Wigglytuff does, in fact, have 2 decent moves I can work with. Let's just check what the other move is. Splash. Horn Drill? Oh boy. This Wigglytuff is, kind of loaded. Let's get back to that Pokemon Center. Now, as you can expect with a challenge like this, where I'm just going to be catching Pokemon every which way, I am going to be switching around Pokemon quite a bit in my collection. Like, I don't think I'm going to actually pin down a main Pokemon for battling until maybe, like, past Cerulean City. Because I'm going to be running into potentially dozens of different species of Pokemon. Ooh, you've got Confusion. Oh boy. Maybe I should level up this Weedle before I try to capture more Pokemon. Go Farfetch'd. And once again, I completely forgot to take off the animations. Just do a little bit, I guess. You never know. Sway the odds in my favor. Okay, well, luck is still doing pretty good here. I am going to have to go to the box to check a few of these Pokemon out later. We'll keep going here for a little bit. Again, 10 different species of Pokemon maximum could appear in just this one route alone. So if I explore long enough, I can find a lot of Pokemon. That is a very good damage threshold for Muck. Hopefully we catch. Excellent. Muck is in the collection. There we go. Alright, I know Lapras can appear here. Let's see if we can't find, like, 2 or so more species of Pokemon before I move along. Hitmonchan. Okay. This one is completely new. Let's go Vine Whip. Excellent! Okay, well, you've got Headbutt. Alright, we're doing good on the captures so far. Almost up to 10. Okay, let's look for one more for now. Alright, another Kabutops. I mean, this would have been great to train up the Weedle, but no dice. I need to go back to the Pokemon Center for that one. So one more new species. Oh, come now. So one thing that can occur because of this, and it's just something you gotta keep in the back of your mind. If you start seeing some Pokemon more frequently than others, you can start assuming that those are the common appearances on the route. Those that have like 15 to 20% odd slots. Then we'll start getting some different Pokemon, like this Victory Bell here. So this, I would start assuming, is the rare spawn of the area. Or one of the rare spawns. Okay, yeah. Ooh, you start with Waterfall. Okay. I mean, Victory Bell, I know, has good stats. Okay, well, this Victory Bell likes to swim. Let's... Yeah, I would do a lot of damage. Let's just do a bubble. Get a little damage going, which is going to be very little. So apparently this Victory Bell likes the water. Okay, well, you've got decent moves. Alright, not yet. Alright. Now, I am almost running out of Pokeballs, which is a weakness of the early game for a challenge like this. I might try to weaken the Victory Bell a little bit more for this last one. I would certainly like to be able to catch it if this was indeed the rare hit of the area. It's basically the Battle of the Bubbles. Alright, that's going to take forever. I'm just going to use this last Pokeball. Hopefully it works. Oh my goodness, it does! Okay, Victory Bell was caught. Alright. Well, was not able to find a Lapras. Again. So that to me starts screaming that Lapras is a rare spawn of the area. And we'll have to make do with whatever we are able to find. Now we'll get all healed up here. We'll go take a look at our new captures. And this is sadly Generation 1's PC, so it's going to be very clunky, very difficult to work with. I have to even deposit Pokemon before I can even look at some of the new ones. I know that Charizard was probably going to be going boxed anyways. What do we got? High Jump Kick, Waterfall, Tri-Attack, Bubble Beam. Well, you're not terrible as far as other things. That Weedle was decent. I'm gonna actually train up the Weedle. What do we got here? Hitmonchan. Rock Slide, Headbutt, Acid Armor, Thunderbolt. Oh, you got some moves, Hitmonchan. Walk here, Double Kick, Twin Needle. Those are pretty low, despite knowing Recover, which can be decent. Kabutops. You have Rock Slide, Confusion, Bite, Vice Grip. If I want Rock Slide, I will just go with Hitmonchan. Alright, so we got a few power players here. That's pretty good. Now, I will have to get some experience on this group here, so we'll see what happens. We'll even come up here to this new area. Let's do a little exploration here. Now, I'll actually show this off here. So, in the Pokedex, as you know, being able to locate Pokemon, especially for a challenge like this, is very important. So, that's Starmie, for example, that I did not take at the beginning. This is where Starmie would occur naturally in the wild. So if I want to get a Starmie of my own, I'd have to find Starmie in one of these areas. So we'll see what happens. And that's also what I will be doing towards the end of the game, as I'm looking for Pokemon. Alright, so we have found a Venonat. I will definitely need to do some switch training here. I did not visit the center for the Hitmonchan, but I don't think that's going to matter for a moment. So I will need to find more Pokeballs. I need to turn off the animations. I am not doing a good job at paying attention. There we go. We'll get some experience. Weedle will finally be able to deal some decent damage. There we go. I am turning the animations off. And I'm also going to go to set style for battles as well. Just because. That one I'm not putting any restrictions on, so I could literally just do whatever I wanted. Now, something I was talking about at the beginning part of this. the difference between, or not really the difference, but choosing between different ways of obtaining Pokemon, between finding them in the wild and evolution. So, as I did say, this game is notoriously slow for battles. I did apply that experience patch to try to help things along. But when trying to capture Pokemon, sometimes you want to see a base stage Pokemon be really close to its evolution level, so that you can use it in battle that little bit, and then capture the, use it in battle a little bit, and then evolve it, which gets you the next entry in the Pokedex, because that still counts, and then you can get rid of the Pokemon and you won't have to worry. So sometimes keeping a few Pokemon in your party to level them up to get their next stages could be a good tactic. So, in a situation like that, that's where I would love to see a... actually, that might be better off in a trainer fight at this point. So this is where I would love to see high stage, powerful Pokemon at the very beginning in their low level forms. Oh, hello, Moonstone. That'd be, that's pretty good. So yeah, strong Pokemon right off the bat. Is there one here, I think? I don't know. I can't recall some hidden items. But yeah, high level Pokemon at low level, and then lower stage Pokemon at the higher levels. And that'll make it easier to try and capture Pokemon. Alright, now we're just going to make our way through the forest here. Nothing out of the ordinary. I am going to do some trainer fights. And besides experience, trainer fights are really good because they will let you see Pokemon. And yes, I have randomized their trainer classes too, so some of these could be pretty funny. Alright, well, I have a Ditto, so I kind of know its moves. You know what? That Hitmonchan looked pretty decent. Let's see what I can do. Headbutt is a decent move. Oh wow, that sleep chance is working very well. I like this. Alright, I think that's going to be a knockout. That was a lot of turns of sleep. Weedle gets experience, goes up to level 6. That's pretty good. Hitmonchan gets to level 5. Excellent. Alright, so looks like the local trainers are just using the local Pokemon, as it were. Okay, I could get poisoned, I think. But this won't affect me too much. Of course, I jinxed it! Let's just knock a few things out here. Oh, you've got Recover. Thunderbolt, go! You're gonna use, Alright, you're gonna knock me out. Okay. Well, Weedle does indeed have Psybeam. I should have used Sleep Powder first. I'm a silly. Because Muck here has Twin Needle, and in Generation 1, Twin Needle is super effective on poison. So there's a very good chance that I could be eating a super effective bug hit. Or I Speed Tie the Muck, and this Weedle takes care of business. Excellent. Alright, well now we've got an evolution. And that means Kakuna is now part of the Pokedex entry list. Excellent. And in 2 more levels, we get a Beedrill. Alright. So yeah, I'm going to keep this Hitmonchan up here for a little bit. I'm kind of impressed. Oh, I can't teleport out of the forest. Boo. Alright, we'll just go back to Pokemon Center this way. Alright. Now, unfortunately, HM moves in this game aren't part of the randomized moves that Pokemon can learn. I do have to find those HMs naturally to teach them to my Pokemon in order to start using the moves. Like, Surf is good, Strength and Fly can be particularly useful, especially Fly's case for getting back to towns quickly. A good replacement for Ditto's Teleport. But I cannot find those moves naturally, and I do have to beat the gym leaders that allow me to use those moves in order to be able to use those moves. So I will likely have to fight a few important trainers, especially so for Brock to even get to the next area of the game, which could mean I will have to do some training in a bit, depending on what Pokemon Brock will have in his arsenal. Alright, that is a Poliwhirl. But I unfortunately do not have any... Oh, I am leech seeded. I can take you out quickly enough, though. Gonna get a little damaged, but this is okay for me. Okay, you have Crabhammer. That hurt. There we go. We'll see what the next trainer will do. It's likely going to turn into a case of I will be visiting Pokemon centers a lot. But I do indeed want to see new Pokemon. I am an explorer. Nidorina. Okay, that is new. Oh, thank goodness. So Nidorina is packing some strong moves. Got it. Very strong moves. Okay, a case could be made for Nidorina. Okay, thank goodness Thunder is missing. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen the moment I sent Hitmonchan out. But Hitmonchan pulls through. There we go, level 7. Tangela. That is down here. There we go. See what happens. Ooh, you're going for Sand Attack. You know what? Switching out to the bird! Oh. Okay, that was close. I'm getting lucky with a lot of moves missing. Oh, of course. I got a full heal. I think I'm going to use it. Hitmonchan gets to level 8. That's good. What do you got? Aerodactyl. Okay. Well, I've got Bubble. Oh, great. Multi-hit moves. I remember how much I hate these. Oh, your speed fell. Good. Means I can start hurting you quicker. No, stop with the multi-hit moves. They take forever. Even if I take the animations off, I still have to watch. Oh my goodness. Oops, still alive. Alright, well, this is basically a freebie chance for someone else. Do I want to give someone a little boost? You know what? I think I will. Wigglytuff has Ice Punch, and this Aerodactyl has Fire Punch. Okay. There we go. This'll bring Wigglytuff up to snuff. Now, an unfortunate thing with Generation 1's mechanics. Level ups to higher levels, even if you skip them, are instantaneous, meaning Wigglytuff doesn't acknowledge being level 5, 6, and 7. If Wigglytuff could have learned a move at those levels, it is skipped. I don't get a chance to learn those moves. It is an unfortunate setup, but it is what it is. This is Generation 1. Oh, yes, I was looking for an item like that. I'll explain that when we get to... Oh, even better. Even more better, I guess. I will explain that when we get to Cerulean City. Or a little bit after Cerulean City. I'm sure some people might know where I'm going with this. Alright, we got a Psyduck on the screen here. And that means I've got a Psyduck marked there. And I also have Thunderbolt. Alright, just a simple tackle. Alright, this Hitmonchan is pretty decent at the moment. Might be my new current main. Just get out of the forest here. There we go. Now, this is the same route as what was below Viridian Forest, so same catch opportunities. Oh, hello! We have found a Chansey! Now, another thing as well, Pokemon in this game still maintain their experience numbers, and Chansey are very good at giving experience. If I can battle a bunch of Chanseys, I could potentially get a lot of experience. Which could be very good. Do I want to get a nickname Chansey? No. And I am going to have to keep an eye on box space too, unfortunately. Alright, well we've got the baser form of Victory Bell, Weepin' Bell. And I do not have... Good. I do not have Pokeballs. Alright, I probably should go heal up here. Now, one good thing with items being randomized, and I'm just talking about regular items like the potions and TMs and all that, you have a chance at finding some very high quality items, like say the Ultra Ball. You can even find a few Master Balls laying around. A lot of those higher quality items sell for a good amount of money. And I can use that to my advantage. Alright. Ooh, I didn't need to Sleep Powder. I mean to Psybeam. I could try getting this group here to level 10. That would let Kakuna evolve into Beedrill, and that would give me a power-up. See what we could get. Maybe I'll find a Chansey again. That'll get me some good experience despite the level gap. Oh, no, we just found a Shelder. Where are you, Shelder? There. Alright, I do not have any special moves. You know what? It's probably more productive if I go fight trainers. And it's starting to make me wonder if Chansey was the one of the rarer opportunities on that route. The dream is to find a route where Chansey is incredibly common. I do still have a regular potion, which I might use. Alright, see what happens. Now, I do not have any restrictions for using items in battle. This is literally just a what can I do to get me through the game type of playthrough. So I will be using potions and revives in battle if I get the opportunity. I will be doing whatever I need to. No forms of restrictions whatsoever. Alright, we'll see what happens. Exeggutor! Okay. Alright, there is a level gap here. Oh good, Mist is the stat reduction stopper, not the status stopper. I do have Fire Punch, I do have Ice Punch. Probably better for Wigglytuff in this case. Unfortunately, I can't Horn Drill. Maybe if that Exeggutor wakes up, I can cheese an Ice Freeze. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's try Egg Bomb. Throw some eggs back at the Exeggutor. Is this enough? Nice! Oh, good experience. There we go. Kakuna has hit level 10. And so is Wigglytuff. And we got Tentacruel. Okay. Where are you, Tentacruel? There we go. Egg Bomb? Ooh, Tentacruel's got some power. Oh, good. Egg Bomb. Oh, no! Oh, no! Come on! I can beat this evasion. I can do this. Let's Kakuna, go! You've got weaker defense. Oh no! Oh no, this Tentacruel is loaded. I don't like this. I know I've got Thunderbolt on Hitmonchan, but Tentacruels are very specially defensive. So that would be even worse. This is going to hurt. Farfetch, go. I knew I should have done sleep. Oh look, a normal move. Oh, I hit. Oh, that's barely anything. Oh, this is bad. If I had X accuracies right now, I would want to use them. Is there any chance I can survive? I actually got a few hits in there, my goodness. Alright, Hitmonchan! It's your time to shine. Headbutt. Ooh, let's see how long it takes for me to potentially hit. If I can land a headbutt, I probably win. But the problem is landing a headbutt, and especially now that I'm confused. I can do this. I believe. I still believe. This Tentacruel is gonna be a nightmare. Oh no. I could lose. At this rate, Swift wouldn't be a bad idea. Just in case. Oh my goodness, I am likely going to lose. Tentacruel did me in. I suppose I could have turned it around and done Smokescreen, but c'est la vie, I lost. Alright. Well, this is going to happen a fair bit in the early game as I am figuring some things out. Especially in this case. I will start with the Wigglytuff. Unfortunately, because I did not win the fight, Kakuna does not evolve. So I will have to find some time for that later. Maybe at some point during the Tentacruel fight. Help. Now, if I wasn't a glutton for punishment, I would skip this trainer, but this is good experience if I knock the Executor out. Which is my intent. I just have to be more prepared for Executor. Or, not Executor, Tentacruel. Okay. I will likely switch out. I got Ember too. Okay. Alright, better idea, Ice Punch. Ice Punch is more accurate. Ooh, good experience. There we go. And I could use Orange Drill. That is a 31% chance to hit, I think. I'm gonna try one. I just want to see what it says. Yeah. So oh, here we go again. I should not be messing around here. So how one-hit KO works? One-hit KO moves work in Gen 1. It doesn't just factor in level, it factors in your speed stat versus the opponent's. You have to have a higher speed in order to be able to hit with a one-hit KO move. Well, there goes my sleep chance. Hitmonchan, come on in! Again, Headbutt would be stronger than Thunderbolt in this case. I would assume so, actually. Let's just try. I gotta say, this Tentacruel is not making this easy. And I didn't think this was going to be the case. Try far-fetched. Tackle attack, I guess. Yeah, just the random chance for this Tentacruel to use Double Team, and then the fact that I can't switch it out, which means those boosts continue to accrue. I am starting to think that my best bet is to actually skip this trainer. I gotta say though, that health stat on Wigglytuff is looking pretty good. Alright. It's up to you, Victory Bell, and you're gone. Yep, I am definitely skipping the Tentacruel. It's up to you, Ditto! I mean, if it keeps using Confuse Ray and you get through and you hit, you have a very small chance. I would have actually laughed if I got a hit. To think I even had a chance in that first one. I was pretty, I got close, but that doesn't count in the end. Alright, I'm gonna take my own advice. I am going to skip that trainer, and we are going to fight Brock. Or, in this randomizer's case, whatever name is given to Brock that is randomly generated. So, skip. And I know Brock will only have 2 Pokemon as well. If I start with Kakuna, I might be able to get something going. Maybe get a level. And get an evolution. Okay. Alright, we're fighting Chloe. With a Pinsir that is very clearly not a rock type. There we go. And you have ground moves. At the very least, even though it says super effective, I think that's neutral. Alright, best play... I've got Rock Slide on Hitmonchan. I think that would be good. Oh, right! Oh my, this Pinsir's going to be packing a lot of heat. I hope I can knock you out soon. Yeah, I had a feeling. Okay, well, I've hit a different roadblock. Go Wigglytuff. Ice Punch. Now, even though I have randomized Brock's team and name, Brock is actually programmed to be able to use full heals if his Pokemon gets statused. Meaning I can't even cheese this fight with an Ice Punch freeze. That is just what I have to deal with. I am in a oh my goodness, far-fetched. Okay, Kakuna. Okay, you're level 11 and you're level 10. Works for me. And then there's this Jinx. Go Fire Punch? Oh. Keep trying to use Guillotine. Keep missing. I would be fine with that. Okay, so I have to deal with a very offensively threatening Pinsir. And a Jinx that is packing a lot of strong moves. Okay. This is a... Okay, I get 1 turn. I forgot the sleep powder thing. Okay. If I can keep knocking out the Pinsir, I'm fine. We'll see what happens. Tri-attack. I know Jinx has paper-thin defenses. And that's Petal Dance Thrashing, so... oh! Good damage. Could this Victory Bell get the win? And Victory Bell got the win! And is already level 14. Already right up there with the rest of the group. Oh my goodness. Got lucky on that one. Alright, I like this. And we got money, and we leveled up, so Kakuna does in fact evolve. And that counts. Okay, Beedrill. Excellent. And we get a random TM. Well, a random move for a TM. I'm fairly certain the numbers are the same. Oh, it's a one-hit. As fun as that is, I'm trying to capture things and I'd eventually get to a point where I won't have to do trainer fights. So we'll have to make do with what we got. Actually, I could sell that, make a little money. What can I sell? Just this TM. Good. That's 5 more Pokeballs. So we'll do that. Beautiful. Okay, I need to go heal up my my team of Pokemon that I cannot believe survived all of that. So we'll see what we got. And again, just the sheer amount of experience I earned, and suddenly Victory Bell went from a level 2 to a level 14. I have a competent Pokemon. And this is going to be what happens. Pokemon jumping positions constantly from being the most useful to not being as useful. We'll see what happens. Now, I do have a few trainers I need to get through at this point here, but this does mean more Pokemon to see and more money should I win. Let's find out. We start with Kabutops. That's one I've already seen. But we'll go with this. First turn, wake up. Ah, great. Okay, we're gonna do that. I don't know how this works with Bide. Should I switch to... I'm going to switch to my Thunderbolting Hitmonchan. Might do me some good. As long as the Kabutops stays asleep. No, that didn't quite work. Now, you're probably still in Bide. Which is fine by me, because that was enough to take you out. Level 10. That's good. A Squirtle! There we go. See what starter Pokemon I can find here. Now this is what I want to see on some trainers, is weaker statted Pokemon, which will make it easier for me to get through them. Alright, Headbutt. Okay, not bad. Hitmonchan starting to get a little bit of practice in. I like shorts. I do too. Alright. Alright, we got a Diglett. That's a Diglett. Diglett dig, Diglett dig. And if anyone out there went trio, 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 I called it. Oh no, I'm burned! That's not what I want for this. Oh, and you've got Ice Beam too. Ooh, ooh. You've got some strong moves, Diglett. Oh, and you got Twin Needle too. Okay. Oh, you did have some good moves on you then. Let's keep up this Hitmonchan here. You've got some power on you. Actually, I seem to be using Headbutt the most. No! No more evasion cheese. And Shelter. I have seen a Shelter. And now I'm going to see a Shelter go away. After it literally picks me up with its shells and slams me into the ground. Okay, we got through that. Now if I'm right, this trainer here has a lot of Pokemon, which is good for me, because that means a lot of Pokemon I could see. And we have an Onix. There we go. Oh, and I've got my Victory Bell up here. Climb the waterfall, Victory Bell. Here we go. Now we have an Ekans. There we go. Where is Ekans on this thing? Right there. Now, for anyone who wants to play just a fun little game, what do you think will be some of the last Pokemon I will come across will be? Because this is where it gets interesting for a challenge like this. Oh, you're sky attacking. Naturally, as I'm trying to look for Pokemon, it's going to be difficult to find all of the Pokemon in the game. That is not a move I want. All my other moves are good. So there is going to come a point where some of the rare to find Pokemon are I'm gonna have to be searching for them until I eventually have seen every Pokemon. I guess to use better English, eventually I'm gonna be having to hunt around like crazy to try and find some of the last remaining Pokemon to fill out the seen portion of my Pokedex. So I guess the question I'm posing is, what do you think some of my last to find Pokemon are going to be? Place your guesses. I want to see what you think. Because as you can already tell, I have found information on a fair number of Pokemon already. I'd say, I could even just check the Pokedex after, but probably like 25 to 30 already. And that number is going to keep going up, but eventually that number is going to keep going up much slower. So it is always the game of what's going to take forever for me to find, and the challenge that I will have to work with therein. Alright, we'll do this trainer fight here. And it's the boss. And the boss has a Hitmonchan. I also have a Hitmonchan, but I also have a Victory Bell. This Victory Bell likes to swim. Seems like Victory Bell is starting to pull its weight here. And this is what's going to happen. Like, eventually some Pokemon are just going to, be really good. Alright, well, I did find some Pokeballs. Let's do a little round of capture. Honta! Hello! Maybe we'll find some good Pokemon here. We are going to have to move the Pokeballs up to the top. There we go. Let's try a full health one. Let's see what happens. Figured. Ooh! Well, you got a Guillotine. Let's see what Bubble Beam can do. It's probably gonna knock it out. It didn't! Okay. Well, initial impression, it does have a grass move, which could be fine, but this Victory Bell seems to be doing okay with its water moves. Alright, there we go. Haunter acquired. So probably wouldn't think of switching it around, but we'll have to see. Now, we are coming up on the hour mark on the timer. I typically take... Electabuzz. I typically take breaks every hour or so when it comes to randomizers. So I will be taking a break very soon for this episode. I'll probably get to the center just around the corner here. Spend 500 and see what freebie Pokemon I could get. Maybe play around with my party a little bit, and then on the next episode, we'll go through Mount Moon and see how that goes. Electabuzz has been caught. Perfect. Do a few more. Now, another thing too. Because Pokemon base stats have not been shuffled, naturally, good Pokemon are going to be Pokemon I want to find. Hello, Eevee. So, if I find, just for an example, like a Mewtwo or a Mew, there is a very high likelihood that I would... oh, of course, it's Beedrill that's knocked out, that's got the sleep powder. Ugh. I would very strongly consider switching to said legendary Pokemon. Oh, that's probably gonna Knock the Eevee out. Oops! Well, we'll keep hunting around. Yeah, the downside of the patch. The experience gains are going to get very, very low. But yeah, it would all depend on what... Oh, hi, Beedrill. Well, I still found a Kakuna. Yeah, I'll look around for one more new addition, see what happens, and then I'm going to make my way to the center. But for something like Mewtwo or Mew, they are good Pokemon, but it does all depend on what moves they've got. Like, you could find a Mewtwo, and it'd be like, oh, yes, I found the best Pokemon ever. But then you look at the moves, and it's like Tackle, Constrict, Bubble, and Harden. And it's like, well, these moves suck. Hi, Machamp. So you would think right off the bat, like, oh no, these moves suck, I'm not going to use Mewtwo. But then there is another side to this equation here. Ooh, Thunder Punch. Intriguing. I might have to have a look at you. There is another side to this, which is what potential TMs do you have access to? And is there a chance that these good moves could be learned by said Mewtwo? Because even though the Mewtwo might not be able to have good moves right off the bat, and it wouldn't even learn moves till the late 60s, if it could learn, say, a stray Thunderbolt or a stray Ice Beam, that would automatically jump it into consideration for someone like me. And that is a Machamp that is caught. Excellent. Alright, well that's it for my little exploration here. Let's get to the center and regroup. Gotta say, we are doing good. I like the fact that I'm seeing a lot of black squares on that tracker right now. But we are going to eventually find more Pokemon, fill out that tracker a lot more, and we will complete that Pokedex. Now then, let's take a look at some of our new additions. I will eventually get down there and buy that 500 freebie. Sorry, Farfetch'd. I think you're starting to fall behind a little bit. Rock Slide, Karate Chop. This is basically Hitmonchan, which is kind of funny, but I like the Hitmonchan. Electabuzz, Poison Powder, Mirror Move, Double Edge Sludge. Not really. What does this Haunter have? Dance, Pedal Dance. You've got Hydro Pump and Pedal Dance, which I suppose is okay, but not really good material at this point. Leech Seed, Fury Attack / Ice Punch. Ooh. Okay, not bad. Alright, what can I pay 500 for? Now, it does say Magikarp, but you do get a random poke, I believe. If we get a Kakuna! Alright, now, I want to show off an example here. The Weedle's moveset, which has not changed from when it was a Weedle. When I said that every species of Pokemon has a unique level up moveset, I mean every species has a unique moveset, not a unique to the family of Pokemon. This Kakuna has a very different setup of moves, as you can tell, because this is what Kakunas can learn. Not what Weedles can learn, not what Beedrills can learn. This is what Kakunas learn. So I have to take that into consideration here. Like this Beedrill's got Sleep Powder, which is good. But then we've got this Kakuna, which can become a Beedrill, that has some pretty good moves on it, I'm not gonna lie. And it's level 5, so it's not too far away from being in the group here. So we might have to play a little consideration on that. We'll have to see. Anyways, I'm gonna take a pause here. And don't mind the screen there, I must have just hit my usual button. There we go. Yes, so timer is paused. We're going to take a little break here. That will end this first episode here, this first foray back into Kanto, trying to complete the Pokedex again. And I gotta say, I'm having a lot of fun with this so far. I really like collecting Pokemon in general, so this challenge is one I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm very excited to keep going with this. I cannot wait to see what the rest of this adventure will have in store for me. And I hope that you, the viewer, have been enjoying this as well. I know that this is a very, it's not a fast playthrough of Pokemon per se. It's more of a take your time and explore the sites. But if you've been watching all the way through here, I think that you'll get some enjoyment out of this all together. So I hope that you will join me on the next episode. So until then, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. Take care. Stay safe, and have a good day.